Howdy y'all, welcome. Hope everybody's staying warm and is having fun digging out if you were impacted by this most recent winter storm. And as you can see, it's looking like we're going to be dealing with yet another winter storm, as winter storm warnings and winter storm watches have already been issued. Mainly winter storms down here by Texas into Arkansas. They go in effect from noon on Thursday into 6 o'clock in the evening on Friday. This is in Central Time. Heavy snow between 4 to 6 inches possible down there by Texas, which y'all get any sort of snowfall, it's just it cripples y'all down there. And of course, winter storm watches have been issued as well, extending all the way up into Kentucky. So go ahead and take a look at this here on the weather models. We're going to take a look at the long range GFS. I'll show you all the snow totals of how much you could be getting in on within the winter storm warning and winter storm watch area. Now, as we push this forward, we can see today not much really going on, just some lake effect snow showers going on over here in Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky, and parts of the Northeast, as well as up here by Montana. Now, as we push this into Thursday afternoon, that winter storm is going to be getting started. Some icing could be possible down here in central Texas. Northern Texas is getting slammed with some heavy snowfall, so it's going to be crippling much of Texas as we head into Thursday and Friday. And it's going to move off into the east and affect much of the Smoky Mountains up into Kentucky and Indiana again. Unfortunately, we're going to be getting in on more snowfall. I'm sick of the snow. Had to dig out the past couple of days, and that really sucks. Unfortunately, we're going to be getting on more snowfall here in the Ohio Valley after we got in on such a treacherous, significant winter storm. Finally going to be getting out as we head past this weekend, and we're going to be drying out a little bit. Y'all going to be digging out from this most recent winter storm, and then another one's going to be coming down through the Ohio Valley as we head into Monday, heading off into the Northeast, and then we're going to dry out again. On and off snow showers over here in the Ohio Valley, but remaining pretty dry amongst much of the lower 48 as we head into the middle and end of the month. And then watch as we head into right around the January 20th time frame. I've been keeping an eye on this as the model runs have been showing some significant snowfall again over here in the Midwest and Ohio Valley, and some potential severe weather down here by Alabama and Mississippi and parts of Georgia and the Panhandle of Florida. I'll be keeping an eye on this. This is well over 200 some hours out. This canon will change between now and then, and I'll keep y'all informed. And then it's looking like we're going to dry out yet again as we head into the month with some rain showers, which could mean we could finally be done with this snow and we don't have to see it ever again. So let's go ahead and take a look at the snow totals of what we could be getting in on down there in Texas. Now we're going to take a look at the National Weather Service model. This is the most conservative model we can go with, and this is most likely what your local meteorologist and your weather apps typically use. Now we can see all the way up through Saturday. I know much of Texas is cut off. I'll take a look at that here in a minute. But take this all the way out into Saturday the 11th. See right around 3 to 6 inches possible with locally higher amounts. So definitely go out there and get your bread and milk. I've already issued a bread and milk warning. Basically means go out there and get your bread and milk now. Don't panic, but get what you need before the essentials are raided from the stores. Look like yet another significant winter storm and a crippling winter storm is going to be possible down here in Texas, unfortunately. Zoom in on Texas, actually. We can see right around 3 to 6 inches, so definitely going to be crippling. And there's going to be some ice on top of that, less than 1/10 of an inch, but any sort of icing down here in Texas is crippling for y'all in any sort of winter storm with that. So definitely prepare now, y'all. Get that bread and milk, get what you need, and prepare to dig out. As far as that winter storm at the end of the month, I want to take a look at the National Blend of models as well. This is basically sort of the same thing as the National Weather Service model. It takes all the model runs into one run. Shows you the most conservative totals of which you could be getting in on. We can see right around 2 to 4 inches possible from this upcoming winter storm at the end of the month that I'm keeping an eye on. Now, this is subject to change. There has been model runs that's been showing this winter storm going further towards the northwest. Some runs been showing it going further towards the southeast. But I'll be keeping y'all informed, of course, on X and on Facebook. So make sure you go follow those pages if you want to stay informed on this upcoming winter storm, as it's looking like back-to-back winter storms is going to be possible, unfortunately. Now for kicks and giggles, I'm going to show you all the Kuchera snow totals. It's typically what you see on social media all the time. We can see this most recent winter storm affecting the Ohio Valley again in much of Texas as we head into this weekend, right around 2 to 4 inches over here in Indiana and Ohio, Illinois. 3 to 6 down here by Texas into Arkansas and parts of the Tennessee Valley. And that's going to be getting out. And our next snowstorm is going to be possible. Less than of snow, and it's mainly going to be a lake effect event. Going to be getting a little bit of a break. And then our next one by the 16th And then the main story, which is going to be on the 19th, and this is what I was talking about earlier with the southeasterly shift and northwesterly shift. It's looking like the most recent run is showing a southeasterly shift with the majority of the snow from Tennessee on up into the northeast and into New York. So, again, I know I keep repeating myself, but I'll keep y'all informed on X and Facebook, and I will most likely have a video up before then, letting y'all know if this winter storm verifies and how much snowfall we could be getting in on, and I'll get you a bread and milk advisory, watch, or warning. Now, we really don't need the Climate Protection Center to tell us that it's going to be snowing its butt off as we head into the end of the month, but much of the central half and parts of the northeast is going to be coming in on a slight risk for heavy snowfall as we head into the 15th through 17th and 18th through the 20th time frames. So basically, back-to-back systems will be possible as we head into the end of the month, unfortunately. Now, there's also a slight risk for heavy precipitation as well down there in the deep south. Potential severe weather by the end of the month. And we're going to be dealing with those winds as well. I know California got in on those wildfires yesterday. Hopefully they get those put out. Very significant out there. I feel for y'all. Remember when Gatlinburg got in on those fires in 2016? Hopefully they get that put out very, very soon. There's high winds possible for really much of the country as we head into the month as well. And as we take a look at the Climate Prediction Center's 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook from the 13th into the 17th. Now, although the models are showing back-to-back snowstorms over this area, still showing a little bit below average precipitation for really much of the eastern half and western half of the country, but from Texas on up into New Mexico and much of the Dakotas into Montana, it's looking like some above average precipitation could be in store as we head into the 13th through 17th time frame. Next 8 to 14 days, it's looking like this is going to be changing, as it's looking like much of the country is heading into an above average to a near normal pattern, although the western half of the country where those wildfires are occurring, below average precipitation is going to be in store out there, so no relief to those wildfires are going on, unfortunately. So basically, back-to-back snowstorms going to be possible over this area. It's looking like we're going to be digging out for quite some time. Now, before we take a look at the temperatures to see if the snowfall will melt anytime soon, let's go ahead and take a look at the Winter Storm Severity Index. We can see that much of this area here we're dealing with some significant winter storms and some significant travel conditions, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and take a look at the temperatures to take a look at whether or not this snow will finally melt and we'll be done with it and it'll never come back until next winter. We can see, of course, very frigid today and tomorrow, and it's just not looking like this snow is going to go anywhere anytime soon, y'all, which sucks. But it's looking like a slight warm-up is going to be possible down by Texas, so probably not going to stick around. But snow over here in the Ohio Valley Midwest is looking to stick around as native temperatures are going to be starting to stretch down towards the south as pieces of the polar vortex is going to be felt down here. But watch as we head into the 18th and 19th time frame. This is when our next potential significant winter storm is going to be possible. You see warm air coming to the north, causing some severe weather down here in the deep south. Got that cold air coming down. Could be more icing down here by Kentucky, unfortunately. And a significant winter storm somewhere over here in Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, or Wisconsin. And then after that, it's looking like that cold air is going to be coming back yet again. And then at the end of the month, it's looking like we're finally going to be warming up and the snow is finally going to melt. And we're going to be finally done with the snow. But we have to wait until February before we're finally done seeing this snow. Now, we really don't need the Climate Prediction Center to tell us that we're going to be dealing with some hazardous temperatures because we all know this. From the 15th and the 18th, there's a slight risk and a moderate risk issued for really much of the eastern half of the country as back-to-back winter storms is going to be rolling over the same areas, as well as over here in the north central and central part of the country. And as we take a look at the U.S. hazards outlook for the next 8 to 14 days, the main hazard is going to be much below normal temperatures, which we all know that. So it's going to be a pretty treacherous ride to the end of the month as it's looking like much of the country is going to be feeling some way below average temperatures, except for up here in the Dakotas into Montana, which I'm surprised they even issued this because it's going to be so freaking cold up there. It's going to be in the negatives. But as we head into the end of the month, really much of the same story. Although we head into February, it's looking like some a little bit warmer than normal temperatures is going to be in store, which is going to be melting the snow. And we're going to finally kiss the winter storms goodbye, hopefully, and never see snow until next winter. At least that's my hope. So now that I covered the back-to-back winter storms and basically we're dealing with these snowstorms all the way into the end of the month and very chilly temperatures, let's go and cover this week in weather history from the 7th all the way into the 16th. Now first I'm going to cover the Revolutionary War era of what happened during that period of time. January 7th, 1776. This period was part of an unusually severe winter affecting the American colonies. George Washington wrote about the cold in his diary, noting it was exceedingly cold on this day, which impacted military movements and logistics. And on the 15th of January in 1776, Thomas Paine published Common Sense, which, while not directly a weather event, it was influenced by the harsh winter conditions that year. The cold weather and its effects on the troops and populace contributed to the revolutionary sentiment. Now, during the Civil War, January 7th, 1863, this period coincided with the aftermath of the Battle of Stones River, where weather conditions significantly impacted the Confederate retreat. Heavy rain turned the ground into mud, hindering both armies, but affecting the Confederate withdrawal, leading to demoralizing and costly retreat. And here's the most recent event in weather history, which was last year. We had that blizzard that went on. This is a significant event, brought heavy snow and blizzard conditions and very cold temperatures across parts of the Midwest and Northeast. This storm was notable for its intensity, with some areas experiencing over 2 feet of snow, leading to widespread travel disruptions, power outages, and emergency declarations in affected states. That's this week in weather history, y'all. So hopefully y'all enjoyed today's little weather forecast. Sort of a short forecast for y'all is basically sum it up. Dealing with back-to-back winter storms, and the snow ain't gonna be going anywhere anytime soon, unfortunately. So we're gonna be digging out for quite a while. Down by Texas, I'd expect 36 inches of snow, which is going to be crippling y'all down there, on top of a 1/10 of an inch of ice, which definitely going to be crippling much of the Texas infrastructure, unfortunately. And as we head into the end of the month, we could be getting a break from the snow, although I'm keeping an eye on a potential snowstorm as we head into the January 20th time frame. Keeping an eye on that, because it's still way out into the future and subject to change. As far as the wildfires out west, no relief in sight for y'all, unfortunately, as it's looking to be pretty dry out there. Definitely brace for that. Hopefully they get that put out soon for y'all. Again, if you like the video, make sure you like it and share it so more folks are informed about the weather. Also, leaving some feedback in the comment section down below, as feedback helps provide you, the viewer, better and more informative content in the future. Also, subscribe with bell notifications turned on, because at Here Williams Weather, we try to make weather forecasting fun and informative. I also have a Rumble channel if you want to check that out. It's WilliamsWX98. Trying to grow that channel as well. So again, stay warm and brace for back-to-back winter storms. We're going to be digging out for a while, and until next time, never stop forecasting.